Hey, what's going on guys? Zev here, and welcome to today's video. To start things off, clear as day, I love and have great respect for YouTube, and I'm not referring to the community. I mean that over time, I've grown to really appreciate some of the choices made by YouTube's leadership. Not all of them, just some. Throughout the years and all the various controversies, the rewind, YouTube heroes, the adpocalypse, there have been many instances where the YouTube community has been outspoken over their disapproval over the choices made at YouTube's corporate office. And I'm not denying those who spoke out against YouTube. They were absolutely fair in criticizing the approach that YouTube was doing at these times. And while mistakes of course still happen, I feel that YouTube's communication with its individual creators is the best it's ever been. Again, it's definitely not perfect, but from a corporate standard, I really appreciate what YouTube does to help its creators despite the missteps that are sometimes made along the way. It honestly breaks my heart to see people over at YouTube actually respond to creators' concerns and personally communicate with them, only to be faced with blind hatred for simply speaking up at all. I find it completely unfair for anyone to do this when they should instead save that energy for actual blatant wrongdoings, instead of just the typical YouTube hate that seems to popularize itself at least once a year for whatever reason. While my stance on YouTube is more positive than negative, things like today's focus definitely lean me slightly more towards the middle. Many of you have probably noticed how YouTube has been sharing advertisements that feature actual real-life adult content. YouTube has always had a history of really suspect ads on videos and on the homepage, but this is probably the worst case I've seen, as YouTube has been showing censored footage of real-life sexual content. BossSpark Chat is an AI interactive platform used apparently for creative writing and literary purposes. Is that exactly true? Well, here's what I do know. I decided to install it to see for myself, and the first thing I get is a woman making erotic motions. Once I entered the app, I get nothing but women advertising themselves to be spoken to privately for purchase. The issue that came from all this is how YouTube has apparently been promoting this app by very explicit means of advertising adult content. People all over Twitter have been going to YouTube in regards of this blatantly inappropriate material. Thankfully, YouTube has been consistent in regards to speaking on taking action against this, so while my hopes are positive for the future, we'll just have to wait and see. Now we can shift the focus onto my personal thoughts about this situation. YouTube, at the end of the day, is a company. It would be nice if we could use this platform without ads, but that's unfortunately not the case. If you want to use the website for free, you can only go so far, unless you pay for premium. Companies need money to keep providing for their customers. YouTube is a massive video streaming site that needed to go through many lawful issues just to get to where they are today. As a completely free company, they could have been shut down after the first lawsuit. They need ads to get by, and I understand that, but here's the problem. YouTube itself is advertised for consumers of the age of 12 years and older. Even if the average age for users were to be in adulthood, the app is openly available for underage users, and exposing minors to this content is not only morally unethical, but very much against the law. And I want to say that I'm not trying to make excuses for YouTube in this case. I have no idea how this happened, and I'm not going to act like I'm an expert in marketing or advertisement. This is all just what I presume, and if anyone knows more than I do, feel free to correct me down below. However this may have happened, it is absolutely inappropriate for YouTube to let this continue any further. It was already enough to have those AI-generated women and lewd anime girl apps get promoted through simply scrolling through content on this site. I've lost count of how many ads I blocked because YouTube is not the place I want to explore that kind of content. Now we have blatant pornography being openly shared on the platform. After all the COPPA and ELSA-gates that YouTube went through, all the bullcrap with YouTube Wake Up, and even crazier, the length that creators have gone through to keep their channels monetized, all of that, and we have adult content being openly shared across the site. I understand that mistakes happen, it's inevitable, but given this site's history, this is simply not a very good look. YouTube seems to be pretty deep into the situation, so we just have to wait and see what happens. I myself have informed YouTube of these ads appearing on my own page so that they can have as much information as possible. Despite already responding to various individuals regarding the same issue, they still took time to acknowledge my post. As much as people think that YouTube is a one step forward, two steps back kind of show, YouTube still keeps going and content still gets made. As of this moment, I'm gonna remain optimistic and hope that the suits over at HQ can get this resolved. I want to end it off with this. Everyone, I know YouTube isn't the most liked corporation in the world, and for damn good reason, but please do not go out of your way to leave negative comments on their page regarding this situation. There are actual humans trying to resolve this, and the last thing they need is more negativity thrown their way. At least for now, until further situations arise, I ask that we do our best to resolve this in a civilized manner. And with all that being said, that's gonna do it for today. If you all enjoyed, feel free to like and sub. Stay safe, stay sane, boycott low quality porn. Like, come on, at the very least you can make good stuff. Goodbye.